Hello, sleep consultants. Welcome to this video where I'm going to be discussing a topic that's particularly close to my heart. And I'm sure many of you can relate to this, and it's something that's had a profound impact on my productivity and overall well-being, and that's setting boundaries. But over time, I've made a conscious effort to address this issue, and actually in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 specific boundaries that have completely transformed my business. And actually implementing these boundaries not only kind of helped me avoid burnout, but also they gave me the freedom to scale and reclaim my time. So if you're struggling with similar challenges, then this video is for you. And before we dive into all of that, the whole mission behind this channel is to help parenting specialists and sleep consultants who want to build businesses and make a huge impact. I want to help you get your amazingness out there. And so one small thing that you can do is help us reach more people, and that's to hit that like and subscribe button. And actually, a key thing about what we're going to be covering today is that a lot of this comes down to being a people pleaser, basically worrying about what people think, whether it's your clients, your colleagues, or even complete strangers. And sometimes we're not even aware of how much of this is holding us back. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 key boundaries that have helped me break free from those limitations and build a successful business. Okay, so number 1, clearly defining your working hours. Number 2, defining your scope of work. And number 3, learning to say no. Okay, so let's dive into it. So having set working hours is important because it helps you establish a clear work-life balance. And I used to subscribe to the belief that when you run your own business, there's no such thing as work-life balance and that everything is essentially fluid. But actually, that limiting belief is what led me on the fast-track path to severely burning out and nearly selling my business. And now I'm fiercely protective of my time because I know this sounds like a cliche, but as Jim Rohn once said, you can get more money, but you cannot get more time. So time is your greatest currency, my friend. And as a sleep consultant, your work may involve irregular hours, such as clients requiring calls at night, which may make it quite challenging to distinguish between your work and your personal life. But by having set working hours, you can actually create a routine and structure for your workday that works for you and which can really help you to better manage your time and balance your personal life. And secondly, having set working hours helps you to manage your clients' expectations. So by communicating your working hours clearly to your clients, you can ensure that they know, when to expect to hear from you and when you're going to be available for consultations. And that can just help to prevent misunderstandings and ensure that your clients feel really, really valued. And actually, I used to feel so guilty doing that, like thinking it made me this better person by being available all the time. But actually, it didn't, and it doesn't. Like, people respect people that have boundaries. Okay, so here are some really practical steps that you can take to define and communicate your working hours. So set up an email autoresponder that clearly states when your working hours are so that clients and potential clients know when they can expect to hear back from you. And you can also include this information in your contract as well. And if you're using a messaging system like WhatsApp, let people know that while you may see a message, you're not going to respond outside of working hours, or it's up to you if you do so. And finally, communicate when you have planned time off with your clients so they can plan their time accordingly. And actually, by implementing these simple steps, you can establish clear boundaries around your work schedule and actually prevent burnout while also ensuring that your clients feel really valued and respected. And in today's digital age, it's really easy to feel overwhelmed by the constant notifications that we receive on our phone. And that's why actually I've made a conscious decision to not have all the apps on my phone like email or Instagram. It's because I found myself constantly checking my phone every 10 seconds. And actually it was just hindering my productivity and causing unnecessary stress. So actually by removing these distractions, I've been able to focus more on my work and actually achieve better results. And it may seem like a teeny tiny change, but it has made a significant difference to my overall well-being because I'm not constantly on. Now, thirdly, having set working hours can improve your productivity and focus. And the saying is true, like we fill the hours we have, and if you see your work as being 24/7, then it's easy to get into the habit of just having tasks bleed into your personal time. And there's so much research out there that shows that working longer hours leads to lower productivity, and actually it massively contributes to stress and burnout. So it's having a set schedule that helps you to manage your time and prioritize your tasks, and it helps you to be more productive and efficient in your work. And actually having set working hours can help you to avoid distractions and interruptions, which basically can help you stay more focused and more effective in your work. And actually, it's often about not trying to do all the things and having this like crazy busy schedule where you don't have time to actually think. It's about doing less better. It's thinking, what is the quickest and the smartest way for me to achieve the key things that are going to shift the needle in my business. But more about that later. And actually, having set working hours can help to reduce stress and prevent burnout. And actually, by establishing clear boundaries around your work schedule, you can ensure that you're not overworking yourself or taking on too much work. And this is important because if your goal is to make a huge impact and to change the lives of families that you meet and to really be able to support your clients, you can't do that if you're running on fumes. Like, you need to be able to be the best version of you, and that means protecting your physical health and also your mental health, because if you burn out and you get sick, then everything stops. And especially if you have a one-to-one model where everything relies on you. And this took me a very, very long time to work out, and I don't want that for you. Like, your health and your well-being is the foundation to everything. So it all starts there. So by establishing a clear work-life balance and managing your clients' expectations and improving your productivity and focus and preventing burnout, you can provide a better service to your clients and grow your business more successfully. Okay, now to my second key boundary, and that's define your scope of work. So defining your scope of work as a sleep consultant helps you to establish clear expectations with your clients and also ensure that everyone is on the same page. And actually, this can really help prevent misunderstandings, and it can also ensure that you're meeting your clients' needs effectively. For example, if a client expects their child to sleep through the night within an unrealistic period of time, you may need to explain that that's not something that's likely to happen quickly. However, you can work with them to understand what's normal infant behavior and provide them with the tools to manage the key challenges that they're facing. And this will help manage clients' expectations from the very, very start. Now, another challenge is the time frame itself. So with one-to-one work, it's ensuring families pick the right package for their needs. And actually, this is one of the key challenges of the one-to-one model where there's a time restraint. And actually, what I see can happen is that you can end up feeling guilty that the client hasn't achieved their goal within this set period of time that they've booked. And in those cases, it can be tempting to give free support. But the problem here is that boundaries get blurred, which of course isn't realistic when you're running a business. And actually, this is the quickest way to end up resenting what you're doing. And it's actually one of the reasons why the group coaching model, especially the hybrid coaching model, is incredibly powerful, because it removes that time restraint pressure. And it means that there isn't a limit on the number of clients that you can work with, and it actually helps parents achieve better results. And I go into detail about that model in this video. And another reason why defining the scope of your work is crucial is that it helps you stay focused on your core competencies and areas of expertise. And actually, as a sleep consultant, you may specialize in a certain area, and so you may have particular skills and expertise in that field. For instance, you may specialize in supporting families with multiples or high needs children, or you may have extensive experience in postpartum support. And actually, being clear on your expertise not only makes you more visible to your ideal clients, but it also makes it easier for potential clients to understand what you specialize in and what you don't. So working on projects that are aligned with your expertise helps you deliver the best results to your clients, which actually can further establish your credibility and authority in your niche. And essentially, what I'm emphasizing here is the power of niching down, and I do a deep dive into this topic here, and it's definitely worth checking out. Now, another thing to consider is clearly communicating what is clearly outside of your remit and knowing when to refer on to other professionals. And I think often we want to be helpful, and it can be easy to give advice on something that we don't have expertise on. But of course, giving advice on things that we're not qualified to do so can be detrimental to, your reputation and may result in a subpar result for your clients. So by defining your scope of work and by communicating it clearly to your clients, you can avoid situations like that altogether. So it's really important to clarify your areas of specialization and limitations and have the confidence to communicate the level of support that you can offer to a client within a specific time frame. And by doing that, you're going to ensure that boundaries are clearly defined and actually there's no room for misunderstandings or, horrible feelings. Okay, so the third and final boundary is learning to say no. So what I mean by this is wanting to help every family that comes your way, but it's important to recognize that this isn't always feasible. Like responding to every message in a detailed way on Instagram or turning right fit calls into coaching calls can actually end up doing both you and your clients a disservice. And actually a key problem with this is that they actually might feel like they have all the tools that they need when in fact they require more support, or they may become overwhelmed and not know how to take the next step with you. And like I said earlier, to be the best version of you, you can't serve everyone all the time. And this is where it's important to have a clear strategy and know that your free content is what helps your community, but your paid content is where you go deep. Is where you're able to really help people achieve that deep transformation. And at my training agency, Baby M, we give away a huge amount of free content from webinar series, masterclasses, guides, videos, and many people will access that content and they'll never become a client. And that's fine, that's reality. And we get people sending us feedback like this. And it's amazing, it lights us up. But I don't give away everything in my free content. That would be impossible. So the paid service is for those that want to take the next step and have that deeper transformation or a quicker transformation. And then there are the opportunities that come your way. And when you first start your business, it's normal to say yes to everything because you're finding your way, you're getting yourself out there, and that's completely normal. And although you don't want to miss out on any opportunities, what is important is not getting swept up in all the kind of shiny object syndrome. So saying yes to everything, because that can really take you off piste. And the thing is, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And from reaching a breaking point in my business where I was severely burnt out and I nearly quit, I was pretty much all over the place, literally traveling for most months, working late. I couldn't say no to anything that sounded fun or sounded like it would look good, like I was speaking at events that didn't necessarily bring the right clients to me. And what I know now is that you're going to have a lot of opportunities, especially as you grow. And you will have to make a decision and ask yourself, does this opportunity align with my main business goal? Or is this going to take me off track? And if the answer is it's going to take you off track, then don't do it. So short-term thinking is something that you really have to be mindful of in the beginning and throughout the whole of your business. And actually, when you choose to only say yes to the things that truly align with your ultimate business outcome, the easier it's going to be to create a sustainable and joyful business where you have clarity and where you can show up as the best version of you in your business because you're not being pulled in 1,000 directions. And actually one of the big things that kind of slows you down in business is it's feeling like you have to do all the things, or focusing on the wrong things. And I talk about this extensively in this video. And actually in the early days of my business, I was constantly busy. I had launches and meetings, and if I had a quiet week, I felt like I was doing something wrong. But over time, I realized the importance of having a clear goal and having a clear vision and knowing, the specific actions that would really move me along in my business. And actually this meant eliminating anything that didn't contribute towards my goals, such as opportunities that didn't align with my vision, tasks that don't really make a difference to my business, and low value tasks that should be outsourced. And that's why one of my favorite books on business is Essentialism, and it provides a powerful perspective on reframing your mindset simply by doing less better. So you definitely want to check out this book. So those are my 3 boundary issues that you need to overcome when running a sleep consultancy business, and it's really going to help you to grow and build a joyful business that works for you and not against you. Because we start a business to create more freedom in our life, like to be our own boss, to make, an impact in the world, and to really, really serve families. And actually we can end up being a slave to our own business and being the worst boss ever. And certainly I had to look long and hard at how I was working and really ask myself, were the decisions that I was making shifting my business forward? Were they giving me freedom? Were they helping me create the impact that I wanted to make? And actually, because I wasn't great at putting boundaries in place to start with, and I wanted to do all the things, and I was a big people pleaser, I was keeping myself stuck. And so my friends, I don't want that for you, and I hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you put these boundaries into place in your business. Like, I highly recommend that you do, or perhaps you've done this already and there are other key boundaries that you've put in place. So let me know below. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking that you would like more support in your business where you can really create a business model that helps you thrive, then I would love to hear from you. So the first step is to click the link below this video to schedule a call. So thank you once again for being here. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done it already. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much.